Welcome to the first GGW Sharks. This is a global pitch event available and open for everyone. And this is where you will meet several sharks we have pre-selected from around the world. These are real investors who invest in startups, and they might potentially invest in you. They don't have to, but if you convince them that that your project is the one they need to invest, there might be a chance. But you will get real, honest feedback, and this feedback might be good, might be tough. So this is the reality where you are, and take it as a feedback so you can improve and continue going forward. Now, because Go Global World is organizer and the sponsor of this show, I'm going to show a few slides of what we do so founders are aware of Go Global World community. And then I will show a few slides about the rules and the speakers. And welcome to Go Global World Sharks program. This is a free pitching program that happens every week, and we are selecting investors so you can pitch, get feedback, and maybe get funded. So nobody's promising you funding, but if you are the project that deserves the funding, you probably have a chance to get it. Now, the first shark I want to present is Jamir Shuhov, founder and general partner of Vibranium Venture Capital, Silicon Valley-based venture capital firm. He kindly agreed to participate in our weekly pitch events, and these guys are investing in many different verticals. And I know investor is a very experienced venture investor, so definitely the feedback you get, you should listen very carefully and apply it in your business. Now, the second shark is Angelica Maroon, as a investor managing director of Deutsche Swiss Asset Management, also an angel investor, and she was a speaker at Go Global World, shared so much insights on how to fundraise and start your company from investor perspective. So I definitely want to encourage everyone to watch the videos, and I'm really happy to see Angelica part of our Sharks team. And myself, I'm the founder of Go Global World, and I have a lot of experience helping founders with fundraising, and we have great network of investors. I would say 5,000 of investors on our network right now, and we keep growing and keep building relationship for founders like you. Now, the show will be moderated by Lechizar, our community manager, and the person you would go to on asking any questions about Go Global World. You want to subscribe, probably figure out something, or get ongoing support. Lechizar will be the first person you would go. And this is the contact. You can reach out to him either on LinkedIn or here. The email is being checked by him and part of the team. So definitely reach out on any matter you're willing to get some help.
Yep. Let's continue with our next presenter. I think it should be Will. I'm bad pronouncing that specific name. Can you go forward and share with us your real name and start presenting? Will? Hello, are you here? You're muted.
It's Will. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go forward.
Perfect. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Yes, I'm just going to share my screen quickly there.
No screen sharing.
Pitch.
No.
Okay.
No elevator pitch. No screen sharing.
I am CEO and founder of Happy Hope Dweller. I'm going to start with the biggest issue that we're experiencing at this point with smallholder farmers, which is the majority of farmers. It's about 50% are female run. On average, they earn about $16 respectively, which brings it down to a monthly income of about $157 per month. These statistics are actually very staggering when you look at the bigger picture in terms of what the corporate sphere and what the commercial farmers are doing at this point to smallholder farmers. In comes Happy Hope Dweller, whereas we are developing an agri-e-commerce platform in order to benefit smallholder farmers, utilizing our platform to not only market and publish their produce and listings, but to also give them a wider reach and more control. What we are doing at this point, or what our 5 pillars will be built upon, will be platforms, the farmer and the buyer, corporate payment facilitation, quality control, and also warehousing. These are factors that should, without a doubt, ensure that smallholder farmers do increase their livelihoods and also benefit within this value chain. What we are seeking at this point is about $100,000 just to actually start up this enterprise. At this point, our valuation from the last time was standing at about $500,000. So definitely at this point, we're just seeking to get some revenue injection and obviously scale this business model basically into other regions. We are targeting South Africa and also Kenya. We are similar to companies like the likes of Tula and also Trigger Foods. But what we do is we leverage the power of data science basically. So we are going to provide data insights to the smallholder farmers that are necessarily not educated in terms of knowing how to farm or knowing the best practices in farming. We will be providing them with the adequate knowledge in order for them to be able to obviously farm better and obviously increase their produce and obviously also reduce post-harvest losses, that is.
Wrap up.
So that's
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, wrap up because like I mentioned,
yes,
we are
yes. I think I've covered the gist of everything.
Yeah. Any questions from our audience?
Yeah. Just wanted to give a short.
I think I covered the gist of everything. Basic.
Can you hear me? Hello. Yeah, just wanted to give a short
feedback
to that.
From the panel?
I actually, it's not a question, it's a feedback. So it seems that you are trying to do many things at the same time. On one hand, it's an e-commerce platform or a marketplace for farmers. On the other hand, you want to do an ed tech, you educate them, etc. It's very important for you guys to focus in the very beginning, so you have a very clear value proposition of what is it that you're doing and how the business model is working. And on top of things, the agro tech field in Africa is very big. There's a lot of different projects. I've been in many accelerators that are helping out projects like that. So you have to figure out the differentiator. What will make you stand out? Why is it you or your platform that people will choose and start using? And again, it's very important to identify the proper business model for what you're trying to do in order for it to start generating revenue, if possible, since day one.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you for that.
Yeah, we'll move with John Carrieri. John, are you here?
Yes. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
My name is John Carrieri. I'm CEO of a company called Energy Cloud. My background is in technology. I've been building scalable internet businesses since 1995. I created jokes.com, which we sold to Comedy Central, jobs.com, which was acquired by Monster. And for the last 14 years, I've been really focused on the built environment in making buildings healthy and efficient. Energy Cloud as a health tech company has a premier product that we're right here behind me that I wanted to talk about today, which is our Hummingbird system, which is basically a building level air purification product. And we're bringing clean room level technology to the general commercial market and residential with the focus of saving lives and extending health. Our product, which we patented around 3 core concepts: indoor air quality monitoring. So we have a very sophisticated indoor air quality monitor that measures 8 different levels of air quality. And part of the patent includes QR codes and URLs for every building, so you can see the air quality before you ever go in a building. It also includes HVAC AI, which is remote management like an EKG for HVAC units for efficiency purposes and energy savings. And the core is air purification. And all of our products are data-driven, so we're collecting data, they're cloud-based, and what we like to do is prove without any doubt anything we're doing, whether we're proving health or efficiency, it's all data-driven. Our efficacy against COVID-19, for instance, we just got the results back from USC Keck School of Medicine after extensive testing over the last 2 years, and we deactivate COVID-19 instantly, as opposed to the competition that deactivates COVID-19 in 30 to 60 minutes. We also tested at a higher level than anyone had ever done. We won an Edison Award for our efficacy and the system that we built to test. So we tested with real airflows, and we've also tested with a 3,000 times infectious dose to prove that we can handle the largest largest buildings that are out there. And so, happy to discuss more of the details of that. There's a lot to our testing, but bottom line is the USC testing that we just got with an independent team of 10 epidemiologists and engineers, I believe is as good as any product anywhere in the world. We are revenue generating. We're raising $8 million at a Series A, at a 32 million pre. We have 1.1 million committed, and the 1 million of those dollars was an investor that's bringing in more. We expect to try to close out this round by the end of the year. While we expect due diligence to maybe take longer than the year end, we still are looking to get the commitments by the year end, and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, John. A quick question. Impressive numbers, 32 pre and 8 million raised. The year end is around the corner. Where are you with the raise so far?
So we have 1.1 million in commitments on this round.
Okay.
And of that, one of those investors is bringing in a substantial amount of additional investors. We're still looking for potential lead. We're also talking to a strategic corporate investor that's in the industry. And they might come in as a strategic investor as well.
Actually, that would be my suggestion, to have a strategic or commercial partnership, because what you're doing, it sounds like you're dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's, but it is a big commercial, logistical, and production facility project. So it has an execution risk, which is quite high.
Yeah, we've really solved that. The technology is well developed. We have as an example, Black & Veatch is a $3 billion engineering company that funded our testing at USC. So not only was our testing independent, it was actually independently funded last year. And Black & Veatch is an engineering company that's sharing this with their customers. Just as an example, we just closed a large stadium. We have large hospitality clients that are using our products. And we've got an experience of a very scalable, we already manage billions of records of data. And so we already built a very scalable product, our other product called G-Meter on the energy efficiency side. So we've got a lot.
Thank you.
All right, my final question, where are you guys located and what are the main names of investors that already invested in you? Can you share?
Yeah, we're in San Diego, California. And the investor that I mentioned that's coming in he preferred to not be disclosed, but it's a U.S. investor. Other than that, part of our seed round was money that was committed from Black & Veatch as well.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll move to our next presenter, Arseni. Arseni Fitilbam, are you here?
Okay, yeah, I'm here. Hi, everyone. I'm Arseni. I'm the founder of JQ AI, and we're the developer of conversational AI platform. We create voice and video agents. And today I would like to pitch a new JQ Web Conference Assistant, an AI solution for making meeting minutes easy and precise. And here's the issue that I'm facing in my business, meeting minutes. If you have as many calls as I have, I think you have even more, you know that making meetings takes time and resources. And so sometimes I have to wait for my managers and assistants to summarize the meetings, and still very often there will be important details missing. Or I'm trying to do them themselves, and I'm recalling all the issues and all the points that need to be fixed, and still it will lack some important details. And my solution to tackle this issue is using a meeting minutes voice assistant. And what you need to do is just to add this voice assistant to the web conference and ask the robot to put down notes when it's necessary. And the JQ assistant will be able to record notes per voice request at any time of the conference. And the robot will create the tasks in your task tracker. It will make appointments and reminders in your calendar. And finally, it will share the commitments with all the participants of this conference. So it will allow to make minutes 10 times quicker and much more precise as far as nothing will be missed. As per GIQ, this is a self-funded business with existing long-term customers. Our flagship solution today is a virtual voice agents that handle outbound and inbound calls. And our current headcount is about 50 people, and we generate about 2 million revenues per year. And every month we process over 20 million voice conversations. So we know how to make sophisticated and high-load conversational AI solutions. And we are looking for 8 million round to scale this solution.
Did I get the numbers right that you already have how many $8 million, $2 million?
Yeah, we have a $2 million revenue right now. Yeah.
And how many customers do you guys have right now, and where the customers are located right now? What?
We have about so right now. So with the current solution, we work with big B2B companies like telecom companies, banks, e-com companies, and they're located in CIS region. And right now, so we are just going to the European markets also. And for that, we make the UK-based company, GIQ. And also we are producing new solutions that I've just mentioned. So this is for making meeting minutes. This solution could be, yeah.
Arseni, is it something that could be transferred to board of directors meetings, not only video, but also in person?
Yes. So if you have some web conference, so you can add this bot, so the voice bot, and make minutes. Yeah.
What is the accuracy? And how do you measure it?
So the accuracy regards to the accuracy of the voice to speech to text modules, and right now it's up to 95%, I think. So, but it depends, of course, on the accent.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Go for it. Go.
Yeah. How's it going? I came in kind of late. Arseni, this is Duran. So a really quick two-part question. As far as this product, do you see this as a full company, or do you see this as a small product that can be added in as a plug-in on a bigger technology? And the other question, preferably you'll remember while you're answering the first one, is well, actually, just go ahead and address the first one, and we'll see if we can get the next one in. As far as, is this some type of addition, plug-in to a bigger platform, or do you see the scaling out as a full company? What are your thoughts on that?
So regarding to the this meeting minutes assistant, this is like a plugin to any teleconference platform like Zoom, Google Meets, and so on. So you can add it as a virtual assistant that will help you to make meeting minutes. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So really quick, do you have a patent on any of the technology?
Not yet right now. So we are making MVP, and we are making it right now. So we're adjusting the technology, but I didn't see anything like this really.
Okay, thank you very much. We have to move because we have other presenters on the line. And just to mention, for the people that would like to pitch, you have to raise your hand. So in order for us to see that you would like to pitch, just to mention that. So yeah, Arseni, you can leave your information in the chat, and we'll move to Edmond Cape. Edmond, are you here? Edmond, you're muted. We cannot hear. Yep.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Can you hear? You can hear me okay?
Yep, the floor is yours.
Fantastic. So I've worked in analytics in many capacities as a management consultant. Identified a big problem in our business intelligence and management consulting community. We spend far too much time combining and otherwise wrangling data that our analyses depend on. Data processing is potentially an ever iterative process where the output from one process can serve as the input to another. However, there's a critical point that every analyst must contend with prior to performing an analysis. It's this last mile of the project-specific ad hoc data consuming step that we master. Analysts spend 80 to 90% of their time here. Excuse me. Our analyst first design eliminates this bottleneck without relying on in-house custom IT solutions nor specialized data processors. The hypothesis is that we're going to reduce data processing time tenfold and increase the productivity of an individual analyst by 30%. This is actually backed by some recent benchmarks out in the industry. Our early investors include individuals from Bain, BCG, and McKinsey. We have a fully functioning, easy to use application that accomplishes what used to take me a week in just minutes. There's truly nothing like it. We're looking for talent and one last round of pre-evaluation funding to augment our business development and engineering capacity. Options to exit, within 1 to 3 years. That's one of the nice things about this industry. While it's very competitive, there are also lots of different ways of monetizing the assets. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Now, what-
Edmond. How much are you looking for?
Yeah, so we're looking between $300,000 to $600,000, depending on the plan of action in terms of what we can engage.
And without going into too much technical details, as I am not technical, would you define your platform and your solution as an intelligent artificial intelligence with decidable, sortable data?
So that's a great question. The answer is we use math, and it's mathematically provable, provably correct, and guided configuration of the data schema as an analyst and analytics schema. So math is 2 + 2 = 4, not 4.1, not 3.9, and that's the way data is. It is precise, and that's what we have down. So to answer your question, yes, there's opportunity for AI, but not the way the market uses it for what we do.
Okay, thank you.
And what would be the application? Like, what is your low-hanging fruit here?
Yeah, so you speak to management consultants or anyone that's doing ad hoc projects with ad hoc data sets. That is the low-hanging fruit. Okay, they are screaming for a solution here. And there is not a product that's out there that comes from the analyst first perspective. I'm really kind of this unique individual, if you will, that understands the end user, because I was the end user and spent 5 years in software engineering to get this product out the door myself, and with input from others, but fundamentally myself. So managed to really nail the end result, which is the proof's in the pudding, and so that's what we've nailed. So low-hanging fruit, management consultants, anyone that does ad hoc analysis with ad hoc data sets. There is one hurdle though that I can introduce if you like, and that's the issue is getting people to upload their data and use the platform. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to say that if you would like to connect, please leave your information in the chat because we have some more presenters, and you can connect offline. So thank you very much. And we are moving to Alex Schaffhausen. Alex, are you here?
I am here. Yes, great to be here, and thank you so much. So my name is Alex Schaffhausen. I am the founder and CEO of Gravy. So the problem we set out to solve is that there's no easy way to share music with friends. Think about it. If I want to send you my favorite song from Spotify, for example, I have to leave Spotify, go to my iMessage or WhatsApp or Twitter, send you a link to the song, and then you have to leave that social platform and go back to that music service. Me explaining that to you all took whatever, 5 or 10 seconds, which means there's a lot of friction. And anytime there's a lot of friction, things simply just don't happen. So we built our own fully licensed social first music platform where you can share and consume music all without leaving the platform, right? Think Twitter meets Spotify. So we have 100,000 people on our wait list, mostly teenagers, and we are raising $3 million at a $12 million post-money valuation. And our lead investor is Plug and Play Ventures out of San Francisco. Final note, our business model, we have a freemium tier so you can listen and use all of our social features for free, which is ad supported. And then we have a subscription tier, which is $3.99 and also $9.99 per month. So that's what we're up to. I'm looking forward to your feedback. Thank you.
Alex, question. This
Yes.
is Duran. think we talked briefly before.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So I didn't get to ask you before. So your client specifically, are you having the end users log into their subscription service and thereby they're able to share their particular music?
No. We're separate, and we do that for a few different reasons. One, we can't monetize. We wouldn't be able to monetize our own users, and two, that takes our total addressable market from any music consumer in the world to a like Spotify premium user, for example. So we're completely separate, and we're targeting teenagers mostly.
Yeah. I suppose the question is, are you guys licensing music from the 3 big record companies?
Yeah. So mostly independents at the moment, and then working on some of the majors. But we can talk about that offline because it's nothing.
Yeah, because that's just really quick so that you know, that's definitely going to just make your benchmark about $10 million because their goal is to actually get you to pay an advancement up front. They want you to secure a royalty rate. And then the third thing that they focus on is quarterly minimums. So they'll ask, like, how much you think you're going to make per quarter? And whatever number you agree to for Universal, Sony Music Entertainment is going to want the same number. Warner Music is going to want the same number because they're going to be talking to each other about your platform at the same time.
Of course.
But I like
we have,
starting at the
so
local.
we had like the advance and true ups and all that stuff sorted with most of them. So, but yeah, we're very familiar with that part of the process.
It's a good go-to-market though, starting at the local level and then building up some revenue to go to the record labels to license out the bigger catalog. It's a good strategy. It's a good strategy starting at the local level, putting up revenue, and then having enough capital to go to the labels to license out the bigger catalog. It's a good strategy.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have to move to our next presenter because we are limited on time. And Greg Sparks. Greg, are you here?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Hi, I'm Greg Neimer, co-founder and CEO of Sparks. I've got over 10 years running consumer products companies for other people before I started my own, which I built and ran for another decade. My partner, Ben Garney, is an expert at AR, VR development. He's had multiple exits. He's done work for Adobe, Dolby, Disney Playdom, and MGM. Sparks is a feature-rich entertainment platform with a built-in production studio that lets influencers engage, grow, and monetize their followers by hosting live game shows where their followers compete and share in the fun of getting to know the host and each other while thousands watch, learn, and laugh. The app also encourages followers to meet each other with a feed that can be based on location, age, gender, etc., as well as one-on-one games to allow people to go deeper. We created Sparks because over 50% of people under the age of 38 would like to be an influencer. And yet today's influencers are experiencing what they call influencer fatigue. People are no longer interested in the content they are producing. It's time for new, exciting, collaborative content. We launched a beta earlier this year with our first test game, Truth or Dare. We got 2,000 downloads, and towards the end of our testing, we inserted a survey. We got an 88% response and a 9.3 NPS overall. Our influencers gave us a 9.8. It was a lot of fun, and the influencers really enjoyed getting to meet their followers and asking them some outrageously fun questions. We've invested $400,000 and are now raising $1 million on a safe. Any questions?
Greg, so what does the business model look like here? What are you monetizing on?
Initially, we're going to be focused on traction. The advantage that we've got is the influencers will bring us their followers, and so we won't have to pay for users. As we get a little further along, we'll add a pro host features, which will allow the influencers to set up subscriptions accounts so that they can charge for premium services, including an after party, so that after every show, the influencer will be live and can chat and perform and bring their followers up to visit. The premium service will take a percentage of that. Also, once we get users, there's certain premium features that we'll be able to add to the app, and that will enable us to charge for use of the app.
So the model is premium to premium, because I didn't quite understand the answer.
Yeah, it is. It's premium subscriptions.
Yeah, so your business model from freemium to premium, is that what you're saying?
Yes, we also have the ability to have sponsorships for the games. All right, and advertising.
So you have a subscription, an advertising, and transactional business model?
Correct.
All right, so which one of those three are you going to focus on first? In other words, out of the three, when you did your analysis, which one did you guys see was going to represent majority of the actual revenue coming in?
So at this point, we're looking at the shared subscription revenue from the influencers.
Okay, so I would recommend starting with that. We have a shared subscription business model, and in the future, we look forward to introducing other verticals like advertising and transactions. So this is not confusing when investors are listening to you.
Thank you. I appreciate the feedback.
Great feedback. Actually, I also was confused with the amount of the revenue streams you have. So if you don't focus on one or maybe very few revenue streams, this is like you go like many different directions. And for investors, it's like you're not having a focus. So find your focus. You can put these business models or revenue streams later on, but investors want you to that you will shoot to the target, and so you use their money very efficiently. So then you grow like 5-10x that investors want to see in your company. Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll have to move to leave your information in the chat so people can connect with you if they're interested, and we'll move to Ash. Ash, are you here?
Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yep.
Yep. I'm Ash, founder at White Label, Advanced Games for Businesses. We're a two-person team working full-time from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Both of us are technical founders. We make advanced games for businesses. From our previous venture, we discovered an exciting use case for games as an advertising medium. We got our first sale within 72 hours using a simple landing page. We are post-revenue and made over $12,000 in less than 4 months. Since the beginning, we have been talking to potential users and have found a strong market demand for games in the marketing and advertising industry. Advert games can collect first-party data at scale. Our next phase is to develop a scalable SaaS platform similar to Canva. Anyone with an experience in game development should be able to make games and manage first-party data easily. On top of that, the platform will contain generative AI, making it fun for our users to make games from text. We are raising 100K on SAFE. 60% is committed so far. Also, one thing I'd like to mention is one of our users invested right after a sales call into our platform. The fund will be used to develop the product and execute early marketing strategies. Considering everything goes as expected, we will be able to generate $5 million annual recurring revenue by the end of 2023. Thank you. And details are in the chat.
Thank you. Any questions from our sharks?
Where are you based, and where is your main customers located? So you have the revenue from them.
So the company is based in Delaware, US, and most of our customers we've seen in US as well, but we're a global company, and our team is based in Dhaka, Bangladesh.
What is the platform for your game?
So for now, we are providing this as a service, but we're looking forward to making it as a SaaS, similar to like Canva.
So it's computers. It's not mobile. It's not.
It's an end device.
Any device.
End device.
Okay. Any other questions from our sharks, from our audience? If not, we'll move to our next presenter, Awan. Awan, are you here? Awan Yukov.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm Alan, co-founder and CEO of Star Generator. Star Generator is the marketplace for celebrity likeness rights. So we sell to small and medium-sized companies permissions to use celebrities in computer-generated ads. So small and medium-sized businesses can use likeness rights of superstars in their ads and buy permissions starting from $10 on a CPM model, cost per 1,000 impressions, and deploy those ads with superstars on the platform and attract customers. So we've made our proof of concept. We started the company. We sold likeness rights for 100K instantly. and we are planning to start our fundraising earlier next month. So we are just collecting interesting people and leads on our future fundraising. We don't have a specific valuation right now because I'm closing clients and I don't know how much I will just make at the end of the month, and we'll see from that.
Alan, is there is your business model in line with everything that the data protection and the celebrities protection, of course, that agents and other people will try to put in?
Yeah, absolutely. We are intact, and we are. I have 5 years of experience in content licensing, so I had large stock footage platforms. So I worked with the content licensing, and we've built a software in order to monitor the legal use of celebrities' likeness rights. So if you're using, for example, deepfake online, we can detect you and sue you if you have cash. If you're not, we'll block you. So that's that part of the software is free for our for agents and celebrities, and actually the main vehicle for attracting vehicle for celebrities to use our software, to use our software, and we protect likeness rights. So basically, the main goal of my company is to protect your likeness rights online and monetize them if you wish.
Alan, quick question about the avatars, right? Are you the ones that are creating the avatars for the celebrities? Are you providing that technology to them or no?
No, we are working tightly with the companies that use avatars. There is a lot of them and for different usages. So if you, for example, want to run specific ads, we will just send you to the right company. Let's just say whatever it might be, Synthesia or whatever you are looking for, what type of ad you want to make. But we are the main vehicle, how we monitor how the content is used. We are the main vehicle which manage the legal side, because we do profoundly believe that the core issue, it's not a problem to make your avatar right now. I can actually use your face and do the same call right now, but that will be illegal. So we are just a management company of those legal rights. And we take 15% commission on top of each sale every single time.
Okay.
Is the goal for you guys to partner with CCA or ICM partners, the big agencies here in Los Angeles?
Well, I cannot disclose right now our partnerships. We are working on it, on some of them, and obviously if CCA and other Hollywood agencies, major agencies, are in line with our interests. So yes, but I cannot just disclose you what type of negotiations we have right now.
Fair enough. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you very much. I would like to continue with the next presenter. Alan, please leave your information in the chat so people can reach out. And then we are moving to Chung. Are you here?
Hello, everyone. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Great. Thanks for having me. Well, making video games is becoming easier with today's technology, but making great games is not so easy. I grew up in a lovely place. I received much love from my parents, but not between them. They were arguing each other, so I took refuge at the age of 6. I received my first Nintendo 64, and I totally was blown away. I started with Mario. When I grew up at the age of 9, I saw my first monochromatic Packard Bell laptop, and I was more than amazed. I started to figure out how it worked. Long short story, I provided my service. I switched. I didn't want to go to school, so I go to internet cafes, playing around, toying with everything I could. Then I partnered up with internet coffee owners, and I started learning more. I did my Cisco networking program, but I didn't like that much. But now it helps me to do multiplayer games. So yeah, basically in 2018, I started my virtual mobile remote studio. We are now a team of 9-person, high scale. I like to live frugal because I had a frugal starting when I was a young kid, and I value the effort. So I love making money, but I love also do video games.
Yeah,
We are at a seed stage. Yes.
Yes, I want to share to go to directly to the business metrics.
Sure. Yeah. We've made over 100K in sales. I am just looking to boost this to the next level. Yeah.
So, John, are you just a development studio, or
Yeah, we are Yes, we are a development studio. We have coworkers from Mexico, Australia, Colombia, and our business targets outside. I live in Venezuela, but our customers are mainly from all over the world. Yeah.
Let me be straightforward here. It doesn't look like a venture startup. There's a lot of development studios out there, unless you guys are, creating some kind of a game that, you want to put out there, and this is your main product that you want to focus on. So try to come up with something maybe out of your experience that you mentioned before. You would create an interesting game that would engage a lot of people, and that would be your product that you would pitch to investors, not just your team and yourself as a.
No, you're totally right. Of course, if I see synergies between an investor and what do we do, then I can show him what we're doing. But to answer your question, we're creating the best game ever out there for music, which is a really difficult genre. Think of a Zelda plus music.
Yes.
This will help.
You need to work on your pitch because it's you haven't told us a lot in the 3 minutes you had.
Okay.
So I think you have a good story, but if you can work on your pitch, I think it would come out a lot better for all of us to understand what you do.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
1 second. So just please make sure, guys, you have a product you're working on. This is the serious pitch. So we have investors here that might invest in you. So if you don't, if you're not ready for fundraising and your product is not something you're working on right now, please work on it and come back to us. So this is a weekly event. So we are waiting for those who are actually fundraising. And this is super important because we value everyone's time. And so if you have traditional business, this is great. We happy for you. But if you're working on a startup, like Zamir said, or like Angelica said, come with a clear pitch. What is your product? What's your selling? What's your business model? What's your so give us something that we can give you a feedback and or challenge you. And maybe you might become a place where we invest. All right, thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate your feedback. Thank you, guys.
Let's move to the next presenter, Patrick Dunn. Patrick, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, your floor is yours.
Awesome. Thanks for the chance to connect. Hey, everybody, I'm Patrick Dunn, and this is Benefit. It's harder than ever before for many companies to find and attract talent. We're in a bit of a social cultural shift here, which means it's really for many to respond. The use of signing and retention bonuses have increased 454% over the past year. But no company I've ever spoken with has a format or a tool to actually manage them. Signing retention bonuses are a little tricky because they essentially say from an employer, we're going to give you some money today, and all you have to do is stick around. And if you leave the company before a certain period, let's say a year or two, you're supposed to repay some of your signing and retention bonuses back. But again, with no way to manage this process, companies are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars letting unvested signing bonuses walk out the door. And companies that aren't using this product have a terrible time finding, retaining, and talent, which means it increases the cost to find and retain talent. Benefy is a platform that allows companies a better way to issue signing and retention bonuses. We're going after a big market of roughly $12 billion. We're a SaaS company with a fee for service component, which means we charge a flat fee per employee per month across the entire organization and take a tiny slice of every bonus that passes the platform. We're launching with our first customers in January, have a huge pipe and some very important distribution deals with some of the largest providers of employee group benefits in North America. We're raising a $2.5 million, we'll call it early seed round, which will get us 24 months. We're structuring it as a safe with an 18% discount. We have some really great follow-on investors and just need mainly our lead right now. And in terms of the opportunity, you should be excited about it because we're going after a really big untouched market, which is rapidly growing despite the economic downturn. There's very clear market demand with defined segments, all driven by a social cultural shift. We know that shorter retention times or shorter employee retention is here to stay. And we've also got a killer team with deep industry knowledge. Before launching Benify, I was the VP of Innovation at Canada Life, which is one of the largest providers of employee group benefits here in Canada. And we also plan to launch in the United States within the next 12 months. Next to time, I would love to answer any questions you might have.
Patrick,
question.
Are you pre-revenue right now? Sorry.
That's fine, Patrick.
Yes. So we have signed first customers with commitments for 2023, but we are technically pre-revenue until January 1st.
Question. This is Durant. Excuse me, Patrick. We were both jumping in the jump rope there. Okay, so which side are you playing on inside of the organization? By the way, great pitch. I've always been like challenged on speaking fast, so perhaps in some of the pitch you could slow down just a bit, especially on primary parts like your business model or which side of the market that you're serving. I see most businesses as two sides. Are you focused on the employer or the employee? Because I didn't quite get that in your presentation. That's the first part of my question. Then I have a quick follow-up.
Yeah, great feedback and great question. We're technically a B2B, so we sell to the employer first, and they offer the bonus to their employees as part of their recruitment strategy.
Okay, got it. All right, so that resonates. Okay, and how does this play into ESOP? Like, how does this platform that you built play into ESOP?
Yeah, so I would say we are a little different. The main use cases for Benify platform is non-payroll disbursements. There's actually quite a long list of really neat use cases for our platform, including employee training and development, reimbursements, home office renovation, and a bunch of other things. But we actually play separately. So right now, our MVP doesn't integrate into any major employee platforms. But use of funds is to do an API integration into major HRIS and payroll systems to automate the process for other organizations. So I would say ESOP is probably a different product to what we offer. Our main play is employee retention and acquisition through better signing and retention bonuses.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Just to wrap up.
Sorry, last thing I would say, Duran, to follow up your question, if you think about what Carta is for an ESOP, Benify is the platform for signing retention bonuses.
Oh, got it.
Thank you.
Great there. Yeah.
Let's move to the next presenter. And Leah, just to share, if there is anybody else that would like to pitch, please raise your virtual hands. There is a button there on the hand. It's interactions button, and there you can raise your hand. So we'd like to pitch. Anybody that would like to pitch, please raise your virtual hand. Okay, we are moving to our next presenter, Divi Dronamayo. Sorry for that.
That's okay. My name is DV. You hear me, guys?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. So Assert is a DIY compliance platform that makes compliance as easy as following a recipe. Imagine Julia Child for compliance. My name is DV. I'm the founder and CEO of Assert. We launched in April, focused on privacy and security. We got over 1,000 signups, 30% month-over-month growth. We expect enterprise customers to pay about 6,000 or more a year. Like AWS, our customers start free and pay more as they use. So it's a usage-based platform. It's the first DIY compliance platform and usage-based. So the team has 2 prior exits. I founded 3 startups with 1 exit. I developed India's first antivirus product, wrote 2 books on compliance. JC Reddy, our CTO, founded 2 startups with 1 exit and developed the AI-based no-code engine. Brad has been a privacy attorney for over a decade. So as you guys already know, navigating compliance is complex and pretty hard. Too many jurisdictions, too little expertise. You must comply or risk losing B2B contracts, or face fines and lawsuits. So Assert is the solution. It's a fully functional DIY compliance platform. We identify the risks, we auto-generate policies, trigger security assessments, and a lot more. We provide compliance across multiple jurisdictions because of our AI engine. That's what actually is flexible and scales. We add new regulations as they become effective, and obviously that increases our addressable market. So if you look at the market, the GRC market is about 130 billion, the fastest growing segment. In that market is privacy and security. Our estimate of the DIY compliance market is about $5 billion, and we are the ones to win it because as new regulations become more effective, we can scale 10, 20x faster. Our competition actually requires consulting, and they take about 9 months to implement. Assert is a product-led company. Users sign up and activate value in 20 minutes. We are the first to market with usage-based pricing, as I said before. So here is the opportunity for you guys to invest. Assert is a fully functional platform, over 1,000 signups, growing fast, team with 2 prior exits. And we have about 4 patents in the works that we're going to file. We're raising a seed round to fuel revenue growth. We expect to acquire 10,000 customers, onboard about 10 new sales partners, and increase revenue. That implies higher valuation in our next round. So join us to transform the compliance market. Thank you very much. I'll take any questions if you have.
Yeah, a few questions. Where are you based right now? What's your target market? And the main thing you mentioned that you said like you will grow 10, 20x. So can you elaborate on that? How would you grow on that? So like, what's your go-to-market strategy, and basically what is the roadmap?
Absolutely. So we are based in Silicon Valley. I'm right now talking to you guys next to the San Jose airport. The team is, the CTO is also in the Silicon Valley. Our third co-founder is in Minnesota. He is the privacy attorney and cybersecurity attorney. So that answers your first question. Daniel, what was the second question again? I've written it down.
Go-to-market strategy. So you grow 10x or 20x, as you mentioned. So just can you elaborate on your plan on doing that? And what would be your goal?
Absolutely. So we are PLG growth. So what we have done so far in the past 8 months is doing webinars and masterclasses using both SEO and SEM at this particular point of time. We just added 6 sales partners. So we are actually tapping into MSPs and MSSPs as well. So that's another area. And with respect to jurisdictions that we are focusing right now, we are focused on California, Virginia, Connecticut, Utah, because they are the ones with new privacy compliance laws coming out. And there's several other new things that I don't want to take too much time. There's a lot of 62 jurisdictions around the world have new privacy laws coming out. So this is a huge market. By the way, the lift that the market is giving us primarily is from 2 specific areas. Number one, everybody is tired of waiting 9 months to actually get compliant. So they want to get compliant faster. So the onboarding and getting things done and policy generated, risk assessments done in a shorter period of time is huge. And that's what's giving us lift.
Short question for myself, TV. What are your current revenues for 2022?
We just started, and our revenues, we anticipate end of December, it's going to be about $35,000-$40,000. And next year, we anticipate to do about 2 million.
Okay.
ARR.
Yeah, one more question about the competition. So like, who are your main competitors and what makes you so different?
So the top one is OneTrust, and you've probably heard about TrustArc, OneTrust, and that's the kind of space we are playing in. And we've also seen significant amount of competition from companies, consulting companies like Deloitte and PwC and those kinds also. Okay, so that kind of gives you that. Our competitive advantage is we are the only PLG company in the market, and actually not, I won't say only. We are a PLG company. And we are the only company that does usage-based pricing. That's a big plus. So, people don't have to pay, hundreds of thousands of dollars to sign up. They can start like AWS, right? They can start free and pay as they use more and more of the features.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do you have
Thank
any
you,
more
guys.
questions? Yeah, actually, I think we should move to our next presenter, Nathan from Asset Fund. Are you Nathan here? Nathan?
It would help if I unmuted myself.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I am here. I am Nathan Dion with Asset Fund. I'm from Illinois in the US, and we are helping everyday investors with the accessibility and profitability of utilizing the private equity model. We compete currently in the growing crowdsourced investor market, which was a multi-billion-dollar valued market last year, and private equity is a multi-trillion-dollar market this past year as well. And we are similar to companies like Fundrise and Arrived Homes, but we operate purchasing businesses instead of real estate. We've developed a unique process that allows everyday investors to use our crowdsourcing platform based on blockchain for tracking of transactions, as well as AI technologies, where our investors can invest in fractional shares of businesses owned by our private equity fund. We are currently seeking a $5 million in aggregate with a current $1 million convertible debenture pre-seed. And I'll take any questions.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now, is your model of building an SPV, for these investors? How does that work?
We are building a fund of businesses similar to private equity that the public market can invest in, but gain access to the ROIs that are traditionally seen in private equity, whether that's sale and acquisition or growth monetization. So our goal is to take that and return that as dividends to our investor audience.
Nathan, as a fund manager myself, I am always wary about fund setup which do not run the numbers. We do not have the time to go into that right now, but I would seriously ask you to consider what kind of funds you need to actually fund the team, and also the fact that you will not be able to strike an NAV for about 4 or 5 years. And that can be very, very challenging going forward. But it's just something that I wanted to put out there. It can be very tough.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and my question to you, why do you believe that venture investors should invest in you? It seems like your model is not a startup model.
Because there's nothing currently out there on the market like it. If you look at the REIT platforms, they focus strictly on real estate. They don't focus on business as an asset. So taking the year-over-year income from businesses and allowing someone to share in that in a private manner, normally, traditionally, people have to invest in the stock market. They can't utilize and access a performing company that is a privately held company unless they are able to invest in some sort of private equity fund.
Okay, venture investors are investing in fast-growing companies that scale fast with a small team. They're not looking at the short-term dividends. They're looking for lots of returns as a high gains, like 5. So that seems.
Yeah, so this isn't for our end user is an everyday investor, someone investing in stocks on the weekend, using Acorn, using Robinhood, using REIT platforms. We're not, our target audience isn't the wealthy, to put it bluntly. Our target audience are people that are trying to save for retirement or generate personal wealth themselves that don't currently have it.
Okay, so my recommendation to you as a closing of this part is that please work on your business model. So this would be a scalable model for venture investors if you want to fundraise from VCs or angels, because right now it seems like you are looking at traditional investors. It's just different focus. It doesn't mean that your company or model is wrong or something. You're just offering your solution that is not a focus for venture investors. Am I wrong, guys? It seems like this is not something would it be appealing to investors. Yeah, so thank you so much, but just work on that, and it would be very helpful for investors to understand why would they invest in you. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I think like I mentioned, if you want to pitch, we have some more time. We have one more person that have raised hand, but if anybody else would like to pitch and present their company and their project, they can do so now. If not, we're going to move to our last presenter as of now, Olga Vari. Olga, are you here?
Yes, I am here. Can you guys hear me and see me?
Yes, we can hear and see you.
I'm happy to be the last. Actually, I'm first from the. I'm first on the last of all of the founders, and in fact, I represent the founder of Andata.io, Alex Burikov. So I'm not exactly the founder. He couldn't be here today, but I'm very welcome to be here. And I wanted to start with just one number, and this number is $209 billion US. This is not the GDP of any European country. This is the revenue of Google advertising. Google advertising, and most of it comes from paid search. And the problem for advertisers, all of the advertisers and user companies, is that the price of the advertising on Google is only going up. Each year, if you look at the graphs of Google, the revenue of Google growth is like 2 or 3 x2 x3. Think about it. So there is no alternative to auto bidding for paid search campaigns inside Google. So only auto bidding that you could use to make your marketing ads in Google more effective is the algorithm that Google gives you. So, and data is their alternative. Data is the solution, and Data team has ex-MIT professor in board and mentor in SEMrush. This is all like Data has a product, and Data developed an alternative for automated bidding strategies based on AI and ML, also an algorithm, and that was able to optimize customers' budget by 30%. For example, we have a customer in banking. Their budget is $15 million, and we were able to optimize that budget. Out of $15 million, we were able to give $5 million extra that the company in banking was able to use to advertise to new audiences. I think that's amazing. And for that job, we got $1 million in funds. And that's basically how the story of this technological solution started. So our customers are businesses with high transactional products like banking, any services like lawyers, real estate agents, real estate companies that are advertising on Google. And instead of hiring a freelancer that can only work like a couple of hours and you can't control them, or paying Google for their algorithm, you can pay on data. And simple thing, advertisers only pay on data if we're able to optimize cost per conversion by 30%. So our main goal is to optimize the budget so that out of that optimization, we get a subscription charge. So the business model is subscription based, or percentage of the budget, like for enterprise customers. Two big segments is enterprise and SMB. Currently, we have a big success in Eastern Europe, and we're looking to get, for example, 30 customers in Eastern Europe in a segment of enterprise, and dozens of customers in SMB. So the goals for today is we're looking for funding to enter the United States market, and the company is incorporated in the United States. So that's a big thing. So we developed a product for Google Ads, paid search, and we want to make the product itself better. And we understand how, because we have feedback from our customers. And the second thing is we're looking for strong partners, maybe introductions to players like GoDaddy, Shopify, so we can be launched on these partners' platforms and generate leads from there. That would be it for me. I'm happy to answer the questions.
Thank you. Customers in the United States, what are those customers? So just can you please elaborate on that?
Yes, we have currently a pilot project, and this one for enterprise, the big project, and their budget is $1 million a month for Google ad spend, and they are giving us 45% of that budget to optimize. And this is the marketplace for goods for hunting. So this is like an e-commerce big marketplace for e-commerce. That's a pilot project, and we have an outbound strategies for SMB that's currently working and giving us like small business customers with like $1,000 to $10,000 for advertising. Their budget for advertising is from $1,000 to $10,000, and we have outbound for them. So did I answer that question? Your question?
More or less, yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
If I remember correctly, Andata was in 500 Startups Accelerator some time ago.
Yes, yes, you are absolutely right. Yeah.
Did anything come out of that? I mean, 500 has a great network of investors, and they're pretty strong in the United States. Or was this program abroad?
Yeah, I think it was inside the Eastern Europe. So everything like that, there was the success introduction that gave Andata a big boost as in Eastern Europe, but Andata didn't pass to any like international products acceleration programs like in America. And that's as far as I know, because I'm only within data for like the last 2 months. So that's as far as I know.
So what is your current revenue for 2022 with your business in Eastern Europe? About $1 million. Okay. Yeah, we'll be interested to look at you guys. So.
Okay. So one project got interest from an investor. Great.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I keep sending messages, private messages to people not to interrupt it in the chat. So I did see interesting projects throughout today's pitches. So I did send the messages.
Yeah, so we will do direct introductions. So for if any of the investors would say that they want an introduction with any of the project, we will do this right after the pitch or within the following days. So Zamir, Angelica, Duran, and anyone else who wants to invest, just express your interest. We will do an introduction.
Yeah, I think that yeah, actually, Johan, I'll see that. Johan, are you able to pitch today, or you would like just to say a few words? Because Johan reached out to me on the direct message. If she's not okay, Johan, you're mute. Johan, sorry, I think I got your name incorrectly. Johan, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out the buttons. I'm using my phone. Give me one second.
It's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. So you mentioned that you would like to pitch on the next event, or you would like to share some words now, or how do you want to proceed?
It's up to you guys. I didn't want to take up time. I was gonna wait till the next one, but I'm totally down to pitch. I'm also a VC, so I'm here for 2 reasons.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so my company is called Rent to Park. Essentially, we are the technology marketplace to allow users to utilize their underutilized spaces like driveways, the garage, and their land, essentially for people to rent and park. We want to make parking easier, and it hasn't actually been done yet in the best possible way. We also added an EV option. So we offer the market to open up the infrastructure for EV charging, because around 80% of electric vehicle owners struggle with the infrastructure as to the reasons why they may not go down the EV route. But there's a lot of users that actually have an at-home charging that's private. And with our app, it allows it to become open to the public. Basically, what Rent to Park is really essentially trying to do is become, a platform where you not only can rent out spaces to park easy and effectively at a lower cost, but also open up the infrastructure for the EV wave that's about to hit us. So we have subscription based. Our model is basically we charge a fee based on every booking and transaction. At the moment, we have it at a low 10%. It's only as an introduction because we are pre-revenue right now. We launched a beta version in April of this year just to get feedback, and we're currently about a month and a half away from completing full launch with an adapted version of the app with more functionality and design.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to ask if the Sharks they will have closing feedbacks.
We have some questions. I actually
yeah.
have a question for
Yeah,
this
go-
project now.
go.
Are you mainly working with like large cities that have a parking problem, or what is your target audience here?
Okay, so right now we are focusing on, sorry, excuse me, very loud, I'm outside. We are focused on doing it in metropolitan areas specifically because that we found is primal, especially when it comes to the event space. I live in Miami right now, like the Florida area, and it's actually a big problem. Last month we had a boat show and parking was outrageous. And I just, there's a lot of empty houses that could benefit from our app, and I've actually had a lot of users excited to be able to tap in. So Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Houston, very large metropolitan areas are our target audiences, but not to negate the fact that it has the potential to also be in more rural areas, only because we also have the ability for EV and not EV, EV and the RV community, because the essentially where the idea came from was actually a problem that I had when I wanted to think about van life, because as you're traveling along your way, you may want to be closer to the city, but you might just want to park on a residential area or somebody that has land that's just sitting there, right? And so we do actually have that option inside of the app where if you have a vehicle that is either an RV or a large trailer, you can actually list that your space can fit that. And essentially they can rent that too, so.
Johan, it sounds like a really good business. I need to ask you to stop walking because you're giving me seasickness.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to, I apologize.
That's all right. So one thing that I wanted to ask is the price of energy is going up, even for private consumption. How do you handle the accounting of how much, the accountability of how much energy is being used by each vehicle? And how is that transparent to the users?
In terms of energy, what do you mean? Energy is electricity?
Exactly.
Okay, so in terms of energy, it is going up. In the area of Florida that we're launching it, we are trying to build a partnership sort of things with the actual electric company. In Florida right now is FPL, and they actually are launching a unlimited option for EV usage to actually have the chargers. So I think that is a nice segue in terms of partnership. And we are looking into the possibility of white labeling our own connected to that, where it looks approachable. And it's essentially like having an internet access where you pay $39 a month until you own it. You know what I mean? And it's yours to reduce that. So.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We have one of our community members actually here. David Mead, are you here, David? Can you give us a short pitch? David, are you here? David from Terra Bioworks. I think
while we're waiting, I would like to say to the esteemed investors and the group that put on this event, it's a very, very great event. It's my first time joining you guys' community. I definitely appreciate it. So Johan, who just presented, I was messaging her. I said, hey, it's good practice for you. I'm going into mentoring Johan to get her pitch actually together. We're going to carve out the actual business model. I'm also going to be a small investor in her company. And I recently helped her get started with investing in startups as well. So it's great that you all are doing these events because it gives entrepreneurs the opportunity to talk to you all where they may not have that ability to get that great feedback from investors. So I just wanted to add that context in there.
Thank you, Tira.
Thank you.
That's excellent feedback, and congratulations with another investment, potential investments in another startup. So it's great news actually to hear that there will be another investment happening after this event. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And do we have Alexander Zaitsev in the room?
Alexander, would you like to pitch?
Yes, guys, I'm here.
Okay, go for it.
I wasn't ready for pitching, unfortunately. I was here, to listen for pretty good startups.
You'd have to be ready for pitching any time of day and night, my friend.
Exactly. At the
if you're fundraising, you'll get woken up at night at 2:00 a.m. and you gotta be ready to pitch.
Yes, I mean, the idea was slightly different, but still, I'm always ready, of course. So my name is Alex. I'm one of the co-founders of Raisin app. It's a magic and unique investment platform which is based on our previous traditional investment business. Basically, we are a pretty big private equity fund dealing in VC and PE. So in 2019, we have created some kind of a marketplace and platform which allows private investors to invest in top-tier companies like SpaceX, Airbnb, DigitalOcean, and many others. We are deeply using blockchain in this technology to avoid, high costs and to allow the customers to purchase those named companies with even 10 USD per purchase. We are currently fundraising here because we are seeing the potential to scale the business really fast, and in these current market conditions, we see lots of discounts for private equity and VC big names. We are up and running business, having generated more than 4.5 million in revenue from the launch of the app. The previous revenue for 2021 was 3.2. Right now, of course, the revenues dropped. IRR for this year, I think, is somewhere between 1.5 to 1.8. We are looking for the lead investor who is ready to invest an amount in 1 million and are open to offer the opportunity for smaller investors to join him. The overall amount we're looking for is 2.5 with a valuation of 30 million. So we can go with safe also, or in this case, the terms will be slightly different. So basically that's it, yeah.
Okay, any questions from our sharks?
Pretty much you guys, you're talking about a platform that you have built, a blockchain platform that allows people to invest into these private companies that are, those deals are not open to public. Is that correct?
Yeah. So
and how many clients do you have on the platform? I heard the numbers of the revenues, but how many actual investors are on it actively?
There are 30,000 of customers and 4.5 are active.
4,500. Okay.
4,500. Yeah, I was asking Daniel, to make some kind of an intros. If you can connect after this party, I would be happy to provide.
Yeah. We will be interested definitely to take a look at the project because it fits our general profile for investment.
Yeah,
so let's talk.
We have lots in common, especially with your experience in GVA, and we are the friends of Pavel Cherkashin, by the way.
Well, the third investment is potentially coming up. That's a success of today's meeting. Before I have some feedback, do we have any other questions to Alexander?
I think not.
I guess I just wanted to say that Alexander is also one of our long-lasting customers for quite a while. He's our being paid customer for maybe already 2 years or something like that. And we are actually extremely happy that not only the new audience, but existing audience of Google World is coming to us, and we are happy to help everyone. Thank you, Alexander.
Yeah, I do appreciate Daniel very much for providing me the opportunity to participate in Go Global World. Only best words on this experience. Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate that feedback. Really, thank you so much. It means a lot to us. Thank you. Okay, Lachizar.
So yeah, do we have any additions? Because I would like to wrap up the event, and Daniel proposed us to open networking rooms, but if nobody's interested in networking rooms, maybe perhaps we will close the event.
Let's close the event. We will have another event next week, so and this event will continue. So let's get the final feedback from the sharks. So Zamir, Angelica, and please give us your feedback on today's speech. What projects you can maybe like put on top of today's list, and maybe a general feedback to everyone on maybe somebody screwed up and you want to fix it or something like that.
So I would gladly go ahead. So I think it was a very well organized event. Thank you very much for that. Listening to 18 pitches, it's a lot. We may want to keep it a little bit shorter, maybe because I am 9 hours ahead of you and here is nighttime. So it may be that, so I apologize for it. But I do think that it would be interesting to have just a little bit more feedback to the individual projects. Of all the projects that I listened to today, I think that there are quite a few that have piqued my interest. Of course, being in the US, I need to speak with them a little bit more and find out if my investment vehicles would work for them. I find that they are a different stage of development. So depending on that, I think that you can see a different style in pitching and being able to convey the right message. But overall, I thought it was a very good crowd with good quality.
Thank you so much for your feedback.
Okay, Zamir, can you do you have any words?
Yes, sure. First of all, yeah, thank you for inviting. We've known the New and the Go Global program for quite a few years, and I always get a positive feedback from startups participating. Just to mention one more time, Vibranium VC, the fund that I operate, is a B2B SaaS seed stage fund. So today I saw quite a few startups that would fit the profile. Of course, 2 minutes is not enough to get all the information needed to make the decision. But the format of a quick pitch, an elevator pitch, is good to get a first interest from an investor. What I would suggest to the founders is definitely practice more, practice a lot, in order to fit into the time frame. Few pitches were very good. I will try to save the chat and then send this information to a Go Global team of which individuals were interesting for me and for my team to look at. But in general, I think this format is good. It gives you more visibility, gives you a chance to get a feedback from investors and listen to other entrepreneurs and see what they did well or where they had some mistakes. And also, if you don't mind, Daniil, I will send some information about our soft landing program that we plan to launch in January. This is for startups that are thinking about coming to US market. And I would ask you guys maybe to send out an email information about that to all the participants today.
With a great pleasure, Zamir. Okay, Lechazar, do you mind
Yeah, no problem. I think that we are almost at the final of our event, and I would like to thank all of our participants. And just to mention that we have another event coming up next Friday. It's already open for signing up. So feel free to check our LinkedIn page. There you can see more information about the event. And I think that we are ready.
Let me just add a few things. First of all, thank you for your feedback, everybody. As the founder, and we do these events quite often, but every founder fails, and I failed today with the way Zoom works. So Zoom is not a perfect thing. So I'm proudly to say that I screwed up. So, and you can thank me for that. So next time we will test a little better and make sure that everything works well. But Zoom is probably the best optimal solution, but it's not the best in the world. Maybe something will appear on the market soon, hopefully. Now, we will run these events on a weekly basis, and we look forward to see you again. Please speak on social media about this so we can help more entrepreneurs, and of course, give us feedback what to improve. It's really important for us. In the end of the day, if you really want to get into Go Global World community, reach out to Lechazar, to me. There is an email in there. Feel free to subscribe to our pricing plans, and there is a lot of things you can get. The most important on this speech, I wanted you to understand, this is open mic. So this is why we have 2 minutes. And this is why we want you to be efficient, give the most important information so you catch attention of investors. And if you don't, then practice your elevator pitch and you'll get another chance. However, we are looking for fast revenue startups with scalable technology that venture investors will be interested. And if on this elevator pitch event, we call GGW Sharks, you create some interest from us and from the investors, we might invite you to our closed program, Pitch to Global Investors, free of charge. and we don't take equity, where we only bring up to 5 projects, and you will get a lot of attention from advisors, from venture investors. This is a different story, closed room, but there is a lot of work to you. So on this note, I thank everyone for participating. Thank you, Lechizar, for your work. You've done a great job on running this event. I applause to investors and to the startups with a great job. Thank you, and we look forward to see you again on the next events. And this video will be published on our YouTube channel. And if you would have feedback, we look forward to that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.